this microphone a little bit. Music is too loud. That is fixable. How about now? Should be better. Whoa, hey, hello, weather, hey, nice. Let me know if this microphone levels are good. I'm a bit too quiet. This is just unacceptable. Alright, let's add me some gain. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about now? Should be better now. Or worse. This is good. 7. Yes. All right. Is good. Well. Welcome everyone to our first, I think, stream of this year and the last stream of October. Also the first stream of October. Thank you for being here. It's gonna be a bit of a rough stream today because there are a lot of things that have changed. For example, I hear myself. Alright, now I don't hear myself. So, first of all, how it's been, what is everyone up to, literally and figuratively? Have you seen our Discord? Have you seen Instagram? All those things? If you did, feel free to post your art and other creative stuff there. Wait, am I too quiet? Again? Chris, how is uni treating you? Do you still have time to doodle around? I haven't posted much on Discord lately, but we should revive it a bit. So, as I was saying, today is gonna be a bit of a test stream, so feel free to let me know if something sucks and how badly it sucks, the sound or the music or the video or whatever. We're all here to learn something new or remind ourselves of something old we've forgotten. I always have time to doodle, even if it's during class. Well, that's the attitude. I remember when I was in school, all my notebooks with notes for classes were covered on the side with usually swords and some other fantasy weapons. For some reason that was my go-to kind of doodlage theme. But let's switch to this camera. Nice. It works. There is some old tape. Hello. There is chat there. Everything is working as it's supposed to. And there is a slideshow. Nice. Wait, this camera is showing something weird. No, now it's sticking out in the other camera. There is no real value in this other view, but I had an old webcam, so I thought, you know, why not use it? You are so cool. This here is my new view out of the window since we have moved to a new apartment, and there are still boxes around, but we probably will get through them eventually and have everything set up. But as you can see, the view is really nice. I mean, it's mostly just roofs, but they they lay on each other. Well, that's not, nope. They interlace? Is that what I'm trying to say? Probably in a nice way. That I think I will draw this a couple of times because I like the roofs. Layered of each other? Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Anywho, what did I want to say and prepare you for today? Okay, so today, as I said, we're testing stuff out. So usually, I think back in the days when streaming was a regular thing for me, I was streaming on Sundays for like a couple of hours. Actually, let's maybe start doodling something while I mumble, because that's kind of the whole point of this, right? Otherwise what? Maybe as a, simple topic for today, and because there are these houses right in front of us, let's doodle some houses. I think that's an easy enough task to do while talking. Okay, sound effects I still haven't mastered, but you know what I mean. So, houses. I'll just draw blobs and then turn them into houses. That's my go-to brainless method of doing anything. Start with blobs, continue with something else. So, as I was saying, things to keep in mind for today are, first, it's gonna be a bit shorter. I think maybe an hour or hour and a half. Should I also turn down the light? Does it make it better? No. Can you see this pencil lines on paper? I mean, obviously not in the camera, that's not pointing anywhere, but in the other one. Let me know if it works. So, for today, shorter stream and mostly just catching up, I think. It's been a while, there have been a lot of things that have changed. Icy lines, nice. Thank you, Nervin, for seeing the lines. And maybe one of the things that I will start with is that there have been big news with this channel and in general with the studio, as I have officially registered it, which probably doesn't sound like much for many people who are entrepreneurs themselves or have ambitions that they are eager to follow. But for me, I think it was a big step. I don't think it was really necessary, realistically, to do anything that I wanted to do. But mentally, and as we know, mental stuff is, well, mental. I wanted to kind of have an official channel that I can do stuff with and experiment and share my passion for arts and creative stuff. So this is what this is all about. You probably have seen, maybe have noticed, but if you haven't, maybe you will now, that there are some logos that have changed. The avatars in Discord or in Telegram, and maybe you looked at it and wondered, what is this all about? Why is this suddenly called that? And I must say, this is the answer. It's now an official one-man studio. It's called Sagamor Studio. And this is where you currently are right now. Hey, thanks, Chris. I want to draw it kind of by hand and do a bit of an exploration there, but I think I'm pretty happy with it right now as well. So that new logo, it kind of represents, you know, the new direction this whole thing is taking for me, and hopefully I can take some of you along the road, and we will see where it takes us. So the purpose for me for this studio is kind of to have an I don't know, output channel, maybe is the right way to put it, for all sorts creative things that I feel like I want to share with people, and maybe if it works out, inspire some people to do something creative as well. Because as you know me, I'm all up for democratization of creative tools and stuff. So I like when people do creative things, and it's very vague. I hear myself that what does creative thing mean, and it does mean a lot of things, but what I've noticed along the years of my life is that often people look at their stuff or at other stuff and say like, well, I will never be able to draw like that, or compose a music like that, or do something as good as this other person is doing. And I remember myself also thinking those thoughts, and I still do sometimes, but much less than before. And I think this is not a healthy mind state to be in, that could allow you to grow and achieve some fun things in your life. So for me, there was often, always, for quite a while, I think if I scroll back into this channel's history, it was born from a bunch of friends doodling together, I think on my WordPress blog, where I would post from time to time, I think initially weekly, maybe even, some tasks or topics, and then friends of mine would doodle them and I would doodle them, and it would be fun. It was fun. Until obviously it was still fun, but it was harder to kind of keep it going, and I was moving to a different country and then to another different country, and everything got harder to keep track of. So this sort of thing fell apart, but I think my will to doodle together with a bunch of nice people has never really subsided. So it kind of got revived in this streaming setup a few years ago, and then after a long break, long story short, here we are now. Entertain us. And since the creation of this studio in its different state as it was before, meaning what it is today, I had a few ideas in mind that I wanted to bounce off of you guys, but also just wanted to make sure that everyone knows where to find and connect with people that are present on this stream. For that, I think in all descriptions for this stream, both on Twitch and on YouTube, there should be links. I don't know if this still works. Let me try. But does Discord link still work? Well, that didn't work out. I will set it up for another time. I think most of the people who are present on this stream know about Discord and don't need another reminder. But those who might be watching it as a recording later, For example, on YouTube, that's another thing. I think last time when I was streaming, the YouTube thing just had, the channel just had non-live versions of the streams. What are they called? Videos on demand. There you go. It's been a long week. So now we have also live channel on YouTube, and this thing is streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. And if anyone is watching on YouTube, I would be really curious to know if the quality there is the same as on Twitch for you. Not that you would know if you're watching on Twitch as well. And the other thing, I was thinking about trying to stream to Telegram for those people who can't maybe access Twitch or YouTube because of some stupid censorship laws or something like that. But I don't know if there is a demand for it. If anyone is interested, let me know, and I probably can set it up as well. The only difference for Telegram, I think, would be that it needs vertical layout, and that's thing I haven't tried yet. So, what have changed since the last time? Discord, I've talked about. Twitch, I mean, all the name tags have changed since last time, because it used to be proper sketchbook, but now it has turned into a studio. Oh, another thing with what is actually being streamed these days. I want to get to like once a week stream. We will see what time works best. I'm curious to see what times would work for you guys. I'm thinking Sundays and Wednesdays, ideally twice a week, but at least Sundays. But everybody spends their Sundays differently, so curious to know if Sundays would work. There is only one way to find out anyway, just to stream on Sunday and see. Maybe another Sunday. So that's about the regularity of the streams that I would like to get to. But the content of the streams is very much for the debate, because obviously it would be cool and fun to do some community driven things. You know, we can do challenges, we can do monthly topics, or we can just think what would be a fun thing to learn and learn that together. That can be fun. But outside of that, I want to both stream traditional stuff like this, which today is houses. Maybe next time it will be something else. Maybe you can suggest topics in our Discord server, there is a channel for stream suggestions. There is also a channel for stream sharing, which I think might be fun to use if anyone wants to show off something that, or no, wait a second. If anybody wants me to show off something of yours during this stream, we can also do that and just be proud of our creations together. So primarily, I think I will be focusing on visual arts, so I guess traditional drawing and digital drawing, which I also want to test, but maybe in a few minutes. As I said, it's kind of partially experimental stream because I also want to check a new music setup that I have to maybe stream some live music as well. I haven't done on like doodling streams, so that might go really poorly, but I think at the end of today's stream I would like to try that out and see how that works. So stay tuned until the very end for the most incredible jam session of October 2025. So with all of that out of the way, maybe the other further looking plans that I have in mind, which probably won't be accomplished this year, but I really do hope to get to that early next year, is, well, it's a few things. First, Patreon. Obviously, everyone who wants to do some creative stuff and maybe monetize their passion is doing Patreon these days. And I do have it set it up, so feel free to join it for free. There is no price there. There is a welcome message if you want to feel welcomed. There is a way to do it. But eventually I would like to have it more of a kind of channel for let's, I don't know, put it this way, commercial updates from the studio. So, you know, if there are, for example, some art prints, if it gets to that at some point, because, you know, art prints are fun and you might be the first to know if you subscribe to Patreon early enough, especially while it's free. But I also want it to be kind of a channel for useful stuff. So if Discord is more kind of Discord? I wonder. If Discord is more of a casual discussion group, or, you know, just a club where we can all hang out and share our artistic endeavors, Patreon would be more of a channel for maybe more important or more exciting things, less daily and more useful. So whenever there is something that I have created in the studio, be it like a template for world building, or maybe some what else did I have in mind? I had a lot of ideas, guys, believe me. Or some recommendations or inspirational, useful finds that I think can be also applied by other artists or creatives in the broader sense. Then that would be posted on Patreon. I do have a couple of ideas for a monthly kind of a recommendation email newsletter with some cool, useful things that I have tried or used and think that can be also useful for others. So if that's something you find yourself curious about, again, do let me know in the comments, in the chat right now. What else? On Discord again, and everywhere where you can find me, even in real life. But do not go around stalking. That's not cool. I think I'm done with the pencil sketches of this house. There was no specific place where I wanted to get them. So maybe I'll just add some color here and there and call the traditional media chapter of the stream a complete success. Is everyone still alive there? How are you doing, guys? Still breathing. Great. Thank you, Nervan, again for your cooperation. What I have here is 2 brush pens that I filled with some watercolor ink thing. And I can recommend doing that because then you don't need to wet the watercolor or premix it or something. You can just pick 1 or 2 colors that you like, or that you like how they work together, and just reuse them all the time. This is tip number 1 of the new era of Sagamor Studio. Pre-fill your water brushes. The music that you hear right now is made by a guy, actually don't remember his name, but you can find him on the website lofigenerator.com, and I think it's a developer and musician who made a program that generates lo-fi melodies as you listen to them. I don't think he used AI because it's not kind of that kind of generated music, but it is what it is. I didn't really find anything yet more exciting than lo-fi for the background that I could legally use for both streaming and videos on demand that are left after the stream. So for now, and yeah, this lo-fi generator, he writes there that it can be used for anything for free. So that's nice. But that kind of limits us to a bit of a specific vibe. Which is not bad per se, but sometimes you might want to listen to, I don't know, jazz or rock or muzak. I think to test the digital chapter of this stream today, I might need your help picking the doodle to sketch out. So right now we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sketches of the houses. Which one do you like the most? I think I have a couple of preferences here, which I prefer. But if there is, crowd favorite, oh, that's a big blow of color. Okay, we'll just leave some paint here and there and then use a clear brush to fix this. This water brush is going a little bit all in on leaking all the way. Yes, let's use the clear brush now. Another thing that I wanted to also give you a heads up is with streaming, I want to do it kind of regularly, weekly, as I said, with these visual arts, be it traditional or digital. I don't know actually if anyone has a specific preference in terms of what would be more interesting to watch, maybe, or what would you like to learn about, which I also can be maybe helpful for. But besides that, I also want to kind of have maybe one stream a month when we're doing something maybe less well, basically something different, be it maybe Lina carving or wood carving, or maybe sculpture, who knows, or music. I got a device this year that I also want to test out at the end of this stream, but about that a little bit later. I like the third from the top on the left. Third from the top on the left. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot a spot. There is one without any ground. I missed a spot. This one. Is that one with the one you mean, Urban? Alright. Let's do that one, but on the iPad. Okay, so let me prepare the other streaming device. So this experimental kind of stream, we can consider it today an experimental stream, but more experimental stream would be probably next month, and I'm happy to hear any ideas or suggestions about what it could be. Throw them on Discord as always. Alright, so let's switch to the iPad. There you go. So now we can move all of this stuff out of the way. Take a sip of tea, if anyone has any. All right. Let's into the view. This. I adjusted the mic. Adjusted the microphone a little bit so it broke completely. Is this any different? Is this better or worse? I added some noise suppression. Well, if it's the same, it's all the same to me. Let's do something real quick with this thing. I don't want to spend too much time on it because, you know, digital doodles we have done a lot. And even though they're fine and fun, And what else? Anyway, there are other things I want to test today, so I won't spend too much time on this unless I can't find the right overlay mode, blending mode. That's I think it should be multiply, and then we should just crank up the curves on this thing. Eventually, it would be cool to write our own music for the streams. Lo-fi isn't that complicated. I also have brushes I can share with people. That's another thing I was thinking about. You know, when you're Googling around what to sell as a starting out artist, oftentimes you get advice like, oh, you just need to sell brush packs and then you will be rolling in gold and, you know, whatever else they promise there. So maybe that's the way out of the 9-to-5 job. Start selling brushes. I mean, jokes aside, brushes are useful, and I don't necessarily need to sell them, but I thought about adding them into my online shop. We do have a house here, but this house doesn't have a story. What is this house about? I feel like it should be kind of white, you know, as some... Whoa, what's happening? I feel like it has some Mediterranean maybe vibes a little bit, or something Portuguese. Yeah, maybe if I make this white. When I was in Portugal, we saw their very cool white buildings that had very bright paint all over the doors and the windows, and I thought it's a very nice way to make something look more lively and fun. So maybe that's the vibe we can go here with. Also, tomorrow is a big day. I don't know if everything is gonna be accomplished, but maybe. As we all know, the 1st of November is an International Self-Portrait Day, so maybe it's time for another self-portrait. I don't think I will stream it, but maybe I will post a video of that on the Instagram or YouTube Shorts, if I get to do that, which I'm also not completely certain about yet. Let's see what tomorrow brings. But that's not all. It's just the 1st of November thing, right? Everybody knows that Saturday is the day on which Street Sketch Saturday takes place. Surprisingly. And Street Sketch Saturday is a global event for anyone to participate in. It happens usually on Instagram with people just tagging Street Sketch Saturday. Doesn't even have to be on Saturday, but because of the name, you're invited to do it on Saturday. Other than that, there are no really any rules, except it preferably should be outside of your usual place of drawing. So, you know, it doesn't have to be street. It can be a museum. It can be just a street cafe. If, you know, the weather is complete shit, you don't want to go out at all, or if you're sick, you can just look outside of the window and sketch something maybe mundane outside, or doesn't have to be crazy. And the other part is obviously the sketching, so don't go too crazy on detailing, and I mean, spend as much time as you want. But I think the goal of this whole challenge is to just draw something outside of the studio, so to say. So there is that happening on Saturday, and it happens every Saturday globally. Somewhere someone is hopefully sketching something. That's how I look at it. I haven't posted anything for that in a while, but now with the revival of the studio, maybe it comes to that as well. There is a special channel on our Discord where you could post your street sketches from Saturday. Alrighty, what do we have here? It's a house on the water. Maybe this brown on the top is a bit too bright. Let's dull it down a bit. So, the story of the house. We don't know who built it, or even when. Except people who live on this lake always knew that there is a house in the middle of the lake that never has their lights up, but also never falls apart, even though it has been there for centuries. Legend has it that this house is built on the place where once was a lighthouse, and the lighthouse keeper died tragically in that lighthouse, trying to protect the light. And since then, the lighthouse is empty and haunted. And also doesn't look like a lighthouse anymore because, you know, the guy has died there. I don't know. Just I feel like I got to the end of the story. Maybe that's what happened in this house. Maybe not. If you have a better story, feel free to, you know, share it with everyone. But for now, I think I'm quite pleased with this. Maybe I'll just add a very soft light in front, just to kind of make it look like it's in the mist or in the fog of sorts. Yeah, now we're talking. There you go. Now it's proper house in the mist. Kind of. Alright. It's been a great hour that we have spent here together. It's not over yet, but I think I will call this drawing done for now. It's a quick sketch, but it's cute. Thanks, Nervin, for picking the house. Now, it's time for our final test of the day. I hope you're all excited for this little, wait, no, the other way. Ooh. There you go, this little guy. Also, let's hide this. No, let's. Do we need this? Yeah. Alright, bear with me. It's the first time It's my first time, guys. Okay, let's keep a little bit of light, not too much. Keep the mystery going. All right. What is this, you might ask? What has to do with drawing or sketching or anything at all? And those are all valid questions. This, my dear friends, is MC 101 by Roland, and it's well, synthesizer slash group box slash kind of sampler. And yeah, I think maybe for recording intro for the stream, or like be right back music or outro, or just background music, I might want to use this device. And I might even stream, you know, the creations of the songs or just jams, if that's something that seems fun to you to watch. Stay tuned for that. I think I will keep this close up. It's okay. Very good camera. It's okay. Okay, so let's turn off the existing music, because we will have our own. Okay. All music is hey, Marinova is watching on YouTube. Nice. Welcome to the stream. So this thing, the device, it makes music. I don't know what I have right now here, and it doesn't matter. I think it's just gonna be a fun little jam with whatever is on this thing right now. And probably I'm not gonna talk much about it unless somebody is interested in hearing commentary. But without further ado, let's get into this. Well, maybe it makes sense to comment on this thing a little bit. There are 4 tracks, and each of these 3 tracks has basically clips with different tracks, different instruments, notes. So for example, let's see if this even works. And also let me know if it's too loud. This is all a test. For example, here we have some drums. Is this too loud? Or is this alright? The channel number 3 here has piano. Nice. Thank you for the feedback. And then channel number 2 has some textures that are my own recordings of I think a toothbrush, electric toothbrush, stretched and warbled, or maybe it was something else. Let's see what it is. This is the texture. Let's switch the piano to something else. This device also has effects, so just trigger some different effects. this to something maybe more interesting. Okay, let's record some nonsense. some of my recordings that I turned into samples. I probably should add a compressor on this. Let me know if it works better. Does this change anything? When I'm talking, theoretically it should be a bit louder, quieter. But does it work this way? We don't know. Try a different symbol. Or we'll just end with it. everyone for joining me today. And I hope to see you all next time. Don't forget, you are important. Have a good night, everyone.